join half of the Junkies this Sunday, myself and JP, from 11:30 a.m. till 1:30 p.m. at the Washington Auto Show for the conclusion of the Hyundai Hands-On Contest. So we hope to see you there. Go to WashingtonAutoShow.com for details. It's at the Washington Convention Center. So we'll see you this weekend.
Hey,
maybe Kevin will show up.
All right,
Kevin
so
McCarthy.
Kevin, where are you? Who have you talked to lately? Where are you traveling this weekend? Give me all the good stuff.
I'm in New York City, and I'm interviewing the cast of SpongeBob, and the Cake's the favorite TV show of all time.
Yeah.
And then Julianne Moore and Jeff Bridges for a movie called Seventh Son, which I'm just excited about because I love Big Lebowski, and they were like, I'm a huge The Dude fan, so I'm just excited to see him. It still freaks me out to meet these people. I mean, I know it sounds crazy to say that, but I don't know about you guys. You guys have been in this business for a long time. Do you still get geeked out when guests come in the studio?
Certain ones, yeah.
Certain people.
I was going to ask you that. Do you get nervous when you still sit down with these big time actors? I mean,
no question. Every single time. Like I just did that interview the other day with Johnny Depp, and I'm like, I cannot believe. Like years ago, do you guys remember back in like 7 or 8 years ago, when you guys used to have a guy named, was it Kevin Frazier on the show?
Sure.
Yeah, he used to call in all the time, like from L.A.
Yep.
And I remember hearing his stories, like sitting in the studio listening to his stories about the people he was interviewing, the people he was meeting, and I'm like, how is that even possible? Or how do you sit across from somebody like that?
And you do that
You're
every
living
week
that
now.
life now.
You do it every week.
It's a strange. I see Kevin Frazier sometimes. I tell him that he should call back in because he's really, really good on the air. I don't know. It's just weird that I get to see him at these things. It's just a weird.
but before
dynamic.
the interview starts, let's just say you're sitting down with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie or whoever.
Yeah.
Before the interview starts, is there small talk? Is it awkward? Is it comfortable? What is
Probably
it?
depends on the guy.
That's the weird thing. It's like some of these guys, like some of the actors, are genuinely cool. Like someone like a Will Smith or a Hugh Jackman, like they'll get up and greet you at the door, and then they'll walk you to your chair, and then they'll use your name throughout the interview, ask you how you're doing, how your family's doing, where you're from, stuff like that.
Those guys are pros.
Right.
Yeah, they're building fake rapport with you.
Yeah, but
they're pros. That's
but
nice.
the cool thing about that stuff, I mean, while it might be fake, is that, like, for example, someone like a Tom Cruise, like, he's like the perfect example of somebody who like makes you feel like you're the only person in the world when you're talking to him. And then I don't know who he is outside of the interview world, but I mean, he could be putting on an act, but it's always good for the interviews. There are some guys who just hate small talk. Some of them just don't talk
Like
at all.
Tommy Lee Jones. That's got to be the one seed.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones.
He doesn't like any talk.
What about the chicks?
Yeah, I mean, they're all. I mean,
I know Jessica Chastain used to flirt with you.
and Scarlett Johansson's the coolest. Like, she's the one that.
I know your Taco Bell bit.
Yeah, well, the Taco Bell thing is always like my in. That's my goofy in.
Yeah, you need
the
new bits.
The ticket stub.
Jennifer Aniston. Have you sat down with her?
Yeah, dude. So Aniston is cool because here's what happened with that. So
he's actually got a book in him. You realize that?
Probably
All the people
does,
he's
yeah.
interviewed, he's actually
Yeah.
got a book in him.
I wouldn't buy it though.
I can already sense.
Only a
I
freebie.
can already sense a joke coming here, but I was at a junket a couple of years ago outside of this actress named Michelle Williams' room, and the hair person who does her hair was standing outside, like, because it was like a small area, so you just kind of were forced to talk to anyone who was standing there, and we just started talking, and he's the guy who created Jennifer Aniston's Rachel haircut from Friends.
Right.
So for some reason we just became friends in the sense of like I would see him because he does hair for like everybody, Kim Kardashian, everybody. And when I went in to interview Jennifer Aniston recently, he was there and he kind of introduced Jennifer Aniston to me, and it kind of became, it was a kind of a cool thing. It was like, this guy's okay, so go ahead and have fun with him kind of thing.
Yeah.
So she was just really super open. And then when Lauren and I, my girlfriend, were at the Critics' Choice Awards, we saw her and her fiance Justin Theroux, who's on that show called The Leftovers, which I haven't seen yet.
Drab loves it.
And that was like our ins. We walk up, and we don't even say anything to Jennifer Aniston. So Justin Theroux is just sitting there, and we start talking to him about The Leftovers, like geeking out. And then she kind of looks back and like, hey, why aren't they saying hi to me kind of thing? And then they just kind of created a whole conversation, and we took a picture with her. She was super cool.
You thought that she was jealous?
Not jealous, but it was like, I think it was
She
one
was
of the
being
first
social.
times she's ever seen someone come up to them and talk to her husband.
Right.
You know what
That
I mean?
has
Or
to
a
be the
fiance.
outlier.
What's the now? I know we're going to talk about some of the movies opening this
Shocker,
week.
Kevin's into the guy.
Yeah.
What's-
No, Lauren was. It's not me.
Yeah.
I've never seen The Leftovers.
Right.
All right, Ricky, what's the next big movie that's coming out?
Well, I mean, Sniper obviously is the biggest one out right now. The next big movie, I would say Chappie, the movie with Hugh Jackman and Sigourney Weaver, the guy who directed District 9.
I think
Oh, that's
EB's gonna like this one. Why don't you tell him the
That's
premise?
about the robot that goes cuckoo.
Yeah.
A robot.
A robot.
I mean,
Yeah.
come
Sounds
on.
right.
It looks like it's made out of
I'm
like
out.
soup cans.
It's
I'm
an
out.
Eric Bickle movie for sure.
I'm
By the
out.
way, has anybody else besides Jason seen Sniper yet?
I have not.
Oh, well, I don't know what you're doing.
Eric will never see it.
I
Eric,
won't see it.
did
I
you
won't
go
see
see
it.
Black Hat?
Cakes is too worried about getting into road rage incidents.
No, because somebody here at the sales staff told Drabby that it's the one movie he's ever walked out of. So I was like, I guess
Are
I
you
can't see it.
kidding me?
All right, that
Yeah.
person's insane. Who walked out? How
Black
walked out
Hat.
of-
Black Hat.
Oh, Black Hat.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Yeah,
tried
yeah.
to tell you.
Can't
You're
go see
like,
that.
oh, Peter Travers said. Peter Travers is a great critic, but I cannot believe that, like, you.
I'm just saying he gave it 3 stars, and you said it was like one of the worst movies ever. So there's a big difference there.
I don't think it was Peter Travers who did this, but didn't Rolling Stone just trash American Sniper? Didn't they say it was like dumb?
I don't know
I'm
that.
pretty sure they did. I mean, I don't know. Listen, everybody has their rights and wrongs when it comes to movie reviews, but Black Hat, I think, is just universally considered to be one of the worst movies of the year.
I'm
And,
over it. It's fine.
I don't know,
All right.
Sniper's amazing.
All
But
right,
yeah,
look, you got about 5 minutes. So
Okay,
let's,
cool.
The one movie that looks kind of intriguing just because, there's sex and violence in it is The Loft.
What is that one about?
No, I saw 3 movies. I saw Project Almanac, Black or White with Kevin Costner,
Right.
and a movie called Black Sea. Which
Oh,
is
so you haven't seen The Loft yet?
No, Black Sea is the one I think you're going to want to see, Jason.
Black
What's
Sea.
this one about?
Oh, this is this might be the Jason Bishop movie of the past couple weeks after Sniper. So basically, here's the deal. So Jude Law stars as a submarine captain who's fired from his job, and because he's so Rick at the people who fired him, he puts together a team. And it's a submarine heist. So they get like a cheap submarine, or 180 grand, whatever it is.
Where do you buy a cheap
180
submarine?
grand.
It's not cheap.
You go on eBay and buy a
Well,
submarine?
no. Dude, he's been working in the submarine business for 30 years.
All right, so he's got connections. He got. All right, I get
They
it.
get like a really cheap
You got a hoopty.
submarine.
Right,
You
he got a
hoopty.
hoopty.
They get Ewad submarine.
Right.
He's got an Xterra.
They find out that there's a World War II submarine at the bottom of the ocean that contains gold, and they
Right.
essentially put together this heist. And it's Scoot McNairy, it's Jude Law, it's a huge cast. The guy who directed it did
Hold on. Who is Scoop McNairy?
Scoot McNairy, dude. Jason, you know who he is. Look him up. He's been in a ton of movies that you like. He's a great actor.
All right.
Scoop McNairy.
He writes for Slam magazine. Kid.
No. So basically, the movie's directed by the guy who did The Last King of Scotland and State of Play. It's unbelievably intense, claustrophobic. Remember the movie Crimson Tide years ago? With,
Sure.
Oh, he's the bad guy from Nonstop.
Yeah.
I know that dude.
Good actor. Good
He's
actor.
also in Argo.
Yeah, he was great in Argo. He's a great actor. Scoot McNairy. So the movie itself is awesome. I mean, Jason, I think this is a movie that you'll love. It's more on the lines of like it's a thriller. It's a submarine heist.
Well, I'm into thrillers. Why are you disrespecting me?
Well, I just feel like this is like I just know Jason would love.
You won't go see it.
I
yeah.
I like popcorn.
It's kind of like you're sitting on the edge of your seat. The movie opens up.
That's what I like.
He loses his job, puts together the heist, and it's just fun. It's a fun movie.
All right, when's that released?
That comes out today in theaters.
All right. Well, I want to see The Loft kind of too.
I know The Loft. I haven't seen yet. Actually, I'm gonna watch it over the weekend.
All right, Project Almanac. We were talking about predicting the future earlier in the show.
Yeah.
That's what this is about, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, by the way, before I go, I do want to give my Super Bowl predictions just to give.
Oh,
Nobody
yeah,
cares what
People
you've
are on
done.
the edge of their seat for
I
your
know.
Super Bowl predictions.
So Project Almanac is basically these kids. It's a found footage movie, the same style of filmmaking as like Chronicle and Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity. So basically, it's $12 million low budget. These kids find instructions to build a time machine and travel back in time and change things. And
I'm out.
I know, but
But you'd be in on Sophia Black D'Elia, one of the stars. She's a little bit silly.
I probably would be
Silly.
in.
There's an unknown cast, though. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was clever. I thought it was well written and fun to watch. I thought there was some really cool special effects for a $12 million movie. I thought it was very good. I gave it 3.5 out of 5. I gave Black Sea a 4 out of 5. And then finally, the last movie was Black or White with Kevin Costner, which, by the way, he put up $9 million reportedly of his own money to make this movie.
That's
The studio-
stupid.
That
Why
is
would he do?
dumb.
That's
Why would
really
he do that?
stupid.
Why?
Well, because the subject matter was the studios were kind of nervous about making the movie because it's basically he plays a widower who's raising his biracial granddaughter, and essentially the paternal grandmother wants custody of the child. It's like a custody battle in courtroom, and the movie itself has some really good acting and some great some scenes in general. sentimental, it's important messages, but the script and the music made it seem like it was like a made-for-TV film, unfortunately, because you're dealing with subject matter that's very important. I
It's
think
too
people,
cheesy.
but I think people should be talking about this subject. But I feel like the movie itself didn't live up to the
I think
quality.
his
of the
$8 million
story.
is circling the drain.
No. I actually think it'll make the money back cakes. I think it'll probably do a good like $5 or $6 million this weekend, and it'll probably end up making its money back. But it was just kind of cool that Kevin Costner had such a passion for it. I just wish the movie and the script were better.
Hey, did you change your opinion on the Academy Awards after what it was, the SAG Awards from last week?
You know, I have a theory on the Academy Awards. So Boyhood was the front runner for a while. Now Birdman's the front runner because it won the SAG Awards. But my theory is that the votes are going to split, and it's actually going to go to Sniper. I don't know yet for sure. I haven't made my predictions yet, but I just have a feeling that right now, because remember last year,
Wow,
McConaughey,
that much momentum. Well, when were the votes cast?
I need to look up the deadline, but here's the key though. So the nominations came out the Thursday before Sniper, so January 15th. I think they might have until February 13th. I'll have to look up the date. But if you remember last year with who am I thinking of? The movie that won Best Picture, 12 Years a Slave. But the year before that, Argo. That movie won Best Picture because Ben Affleck was not nominated for Best Director. So it became like a snub, and it was like a sympathy vote. Not that Sniper would get that, but I think Sniper has such a momentum. Now, I mentioned this to you guys last week. Matthew McConaughey won the Academy Award last year, and a lot of people theorize that he won it not only because of Dallas Buyers Club, but because True Detective was on the air during the voting process. And what that does is it kind of keeps that actor in your mind in a positive way. So since Sniper's doing so well and everyone's talking about it, all the voters are probably thinking about it. Also, it could split because Birdman and Boyhood are such front runners. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Who's going to win the Best Actor? That's all I care about. Best Actor and Picture.
Cooper deserves Best Actor, but I think it might go to Eddie Redmayne for Theory of
But
Everything.
not so. Keaton's off. That's over.
No. Actually, the front runners are Keaton and Redmayne. I'm just saying I think Cooper deserves it. I think it's either going to be Cooper or Keaton or Redmayne for sure. You saw Birdman, so you know.
That's a weird movie, but he was good in it.
By the way, Super Bowl predictions?
Yes.
Seattle's going to blow them out.
All right.
I'm going to guess
You're on the record.
28 Seattle. No, I'm sorry. 31 Seattle.
Yeah.
17.
Who scores?
Nobody says it that way.
I know nobody does.
Nobody
Just tell me who scores like 2 of the touchdowns for Seattle. Just give me two
I'd
two
love
guys.
to hear this.
Russell Wilson's going to run them both in.
Ooh.
All right, well, give me another guy that scores. There's a lot of touchdowns there.
I don't know a single person on the Seattle Seahawks. I'm just kind of I'm not really against Tom Brady. I just don't. I want to see Seattle win. I love Russell Wilson. I think he's awesome.
All right.
All
Have a
right,
good weekend.
Kevin.
I love you guys. Are you guys doing a party for the game on Sunday?
No chance. We get up at 4.
We're chilling.
How's Phoenix?
Oh, it's great.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's awesome.
Yeah, you know what? Scottsdale's awesome.
It's like 80
The
degrees out.
shopping's really cool.
I appreciate how much you listen to the show.
I played golf yesterday. Played 36.
I got sunburned out at the pool.
I know CK's down there. I was
Yeah.
just wondering how the weather is.
Yeah,
he's
it's really nice.
He's down there, right?
Or over
It
there.
would really suck to be in
over
D.C.
there.
right now,
Yeah,
as
it's over
cold
there.
as it is.
I know you guys are in DC.
All right.
All right, I love you
All
guys.
right. Bye,
He's
Kevin.
doing a
Bye,
bit.
Hey, when we come back, can we? I know you're tired of Marshawn Lynch, so am I. But can we play the
So tired of him.
Whatever
clips
you
from
wanna do,
yesterday?
bro.
And take calls at the same time?
Sure,
Sure,
we can do
we
that.
can weave
How
him
about we
in.
do 98% calls and 2% Marshawn?
Okay.
Can we do that?
Because he did scold the media again yesterday.
Well, he's a big jerk.
Okay. 800-636-1067. Still taking Super Bowl predictions from you, and we'll also get into some Marshawn Lynch. Stay with us.
1067 The Fan.